Hello everyone, my name's BlazenBezza, and I'm going to try and somewhat demonstrate how to move a plumber really, really quick. So when you're ready, in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, hardest level of this run. Alright, mission accomplished. We did not die in 1-1. Alright, we're all good. Alright, now that that's out of the way, we can actually move on. Alright, I'm going to try and get a little bit of P speed here just by going slightly up on these hills. And we did get it, alright. Oh, alright, that's fine. Alright, you know what, that's fine. I'm going to do a little bit of a backup strat here. We're going to get the leaf. Normally I don't get this, but since this is a bit of a marathon and I don't want things to go absolutely astray, we're going to pick that up and it's going to help us out in the next stage. So, as you can see here, we're obviously collecting pictured cards here. We obviously do not want to get 3 of the same because then we're going to get fanfare and that obviously is going to lose us time. So, since we already have this leaf here, as if anyone knows, you can go up above the roof here. And there's a secret door here which is going to give us a warp whistle. Now you're going to think, why the hell did I just pick that up? Well, that's something I'm going to have to not use at all for the entirety of the run. And it's going to be the very first item. So if we use that, that's bad. We don't want that. So we have to be very, very careful of that. But it is a lot faster than getting that than having to go into the next room and defeat the Boom Boom. Alright. Alright, just like that, 1-5 is done. Alright, we're going to try... Alright, this hammer bro is not coming to us, so that's fine. So, not a good pattern, but it's alright. So, we're just going to jump across these. We're going to launch just before the edge of that, just so we can get maximum P speed and not lose it there. Alright, no... Alright, don't want to early call it, but no 1-6 belly flops. Alright. Alright, now... We're going to hope that this hammer bro is going to stay there. He's not. Alright, so we're not going to get... So, if that hammer brother actually stayed there, we could have got a fire flower for free, but it's fine. Gonna hit a couple of these blocks just for later on, because eventually we're going to talk about how to avoid coin chips, and that's effectively to do with your second last digit in your score matching your coin count if that's also in double figures, but we'll talk more about that when we get to a world where it's in a little bit more danger. So, this is our first airship. First airship, pretty much auto-scrollers. We pretty much just have to just not do anything silly. Just not do anything silly. So if you've got any time to do any donations, now's the best time.
We have a $50 donation from Lacy Stripes. What a great run so far. Loving that baby dragons are gifted names like Stoopy, Ted, and Mingus. Shout out to the amazing people on the screen. Please put this towards Skyrim marriage.
Alrighty, Larry can be a little bit of a pain. He does do some sort of patterns, but based on where the hammer brother is, I'll know the pattern he's going to fire at. So, alright, we missed the 5-ball, but we're just going to jump on him just so he's not going to get away. Alright, beautiful. Bit of a slow kill, but it's better than just jumping on him 3 times there. So, and probably the most important thing in this run is to try and hold Fire Flower as much as you possibly can until you don't need to. So, that's probably going to be the goal for the next, I'm going to say at least four and a bit worlds. So, we'll see how long that lasts. Alright. Alright. Whoop. No, we lost P speed. Alright, there it goes. That's not what I want to see. Alright, sometimes that can happen, because usually when you're trying to jump, you obviously want to immediately jump out just so you can, that's not great. Just so you can jump and keep your P speed. Usually you can buffer that a little bit, but that didn't go that well, so. Alright, we'll just have to work on some backups, but it's not the end of the world in this world. Pretty much we only really need 5 for the Boom Boom kill. Because killing the Boom Boom is pretty much is just pretty much the only thing we need to do in this world. It'll save us probably about 3 seconds instead of jumping on the jumping on him normally. Alright. Alright. Didn't really want to take a dip there, but that's fine. I'm like, so normally you don't want to be in the be as the tail because you actually run a little bit slower than you would as Big Mario. And if you launch in the air, you're obviously going to take flight, and that's really, really slow. So you don't want to be doing that. So we're going to grab it just so we can damage boost through here. Normally I do like a little stutter step to get around that, but we can just damage boost. We can move it faster and get in that up pipe. So right here I want to jump here just to keep the P-speed. Oh, there we go. Because usually when you're going in through doors and pretty much through pipes, you want to input that really quickly just to keep your P-speed. Alright, here's our first Boom Boom. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to shoot him down, but 3 jumps. Not too much of a worry, so. We'll be seeing plenty of him throughout the run, so. This Hammer Bro is not coming to us. Okay, so in this run, there is a little thing called early hammer, so there's a potential chance that those Hammer Brothers will switch. There's 2 of them in this world. One of them has a music box, and the other one has a hammer. We want the one with the hammer. The music box doesn't really help us out too much. It's not bad as a marathon safety thing. We might pick it up if it's in our way, but it's not too bad as well. So that's the one we really need to collect. We need to be collecting certain power-ups along our way while trying to avoid anything we don't need. So, all right. Ooh, they're near each other. So how I can tell the difference between the two is one of them's going to be facing left and the other one will be facing right. The one we want to have is the one that's facing left. But they can pretty much swap spots and do whatever they want. So it's fair bit of RNG we have to deal with in this run. Oh, we got 2 mushrooms. It should be fine. All right, let's see what they do here. All right, so the hammer is the one that's on the right because even though they both face left, the one with the hammer actually turned left instead of staying right, so I know that's the one that's got the hammer in it. Which is fine, because I prefer to do this stage anyway, just because it's a lot more safer. I don't know why I'm turning back. Alright, there you go. There's some fanfare for you. Alright, for the fans. I'll do it one time. Alright, they swap spots. That's fine. We'll just go and get this hammer now. And hopefully the one with the music box doesn't come down. So want him to stay right. Want him to stay up. Okay, cool. Alright. Another thing also with Hammer Brothers, once you've cleared stages, they actually can't pass through them. So we're fine either way. So, alright. Alright, kept P speed there. Alright, that's fine. Try and duck jump our way through this. Ooh, no, that's alright. We'll wait for this, so. Alright, so my coin count is pretty good, and my point count is also good as well. So they're not they're not the same next to each other. So what I was talking about earlier on about coin ships is that so if your second last number in your point score and your coin count is also in double figures matching that number, you'll trigger a coin ship, which effectively will turn the most important item in that world into a coin ship, and effectively just turns into an auto-scroller. So we really don't want that. We really do not want to be doing any auto-scrollers that we don't need to do. So, but the good thing is they only happen in worlds 3, 5, and 6, so not too much of a worry, but it's something we got to stay on constant alert of. So, since this is another auto-scroller, so if you've got any donations that come in, feel free to read them out.
Just remember that you can donate at any time at donate.ausspeedruns.com. Wanted to let you know that you're absolutely killing this run. But also, we do have some prizes that you are eligible to win if you donate. If you donate at least $10, you'll be eligible to win one of 8 Landfall game bundles comprising 3 of their greatest hits, Cluster Truck, Tabs, and Nightfall. For those within Australia, if you donate $20 or more, you'll go in the running to win a pair of HyperX Cloud earbuds, and if you donate $40 or more, you'll also be in the running to win one of 2 HyperX Cloud 2 gaming headsets. For more information, you can visit prizes.ausspeedruns.com, and of course we thank Landfall and our major sponsor HyperX for providing these wonderful prizes.
Alright, that was super unfortunate. But it's alright, there is a fire flower in the next stage I can pick up beforehand, which won't cost us too much time. So now we're approaching World 3. World 3 it's got a thing that we call Runaway Bro. So in this world, there's 2 hammer brothers. One with a hammer, one with a star. We obviously want to get the one with the hammer. We actually also want the one with the star. And the reason why that is because there is a bridge in between stages 3, 6, and 3, 8 that we need that bridge to pretty much be closed so we can cross it. Because we're going to be skipping 3, 6 because it's an auto-scroller, which we just got the cloud then to use, and effectively go straight into 3, 8. So we'll see that in a few minutes. But hopefully there's a hammer brother that's starting nearby. We don't want him to run away at all, so hopefully he's not going to go up. Do a jump up there, keep P-speed, so we can get a better launch. Alright. Avoid that blooper, all good. Alright, coming up to probably one of my most a little annoying stages. There's a couple ways you can do this. You can do this with P-speed, or you can do this just normally. But we're going to be bouncing off cheeps, and in this game, hitboxes are a bit jank, so we're going to hope that everything goes smoothly here. Alright, that's beautiful. That's half done. And just as I called it. Alright, we can't die here. Uh-oh. Alright. I'm gonna wait for this cheap to spawn wherever it's coming from. Alright, just gonna wait. Because dying also, because effectively with the bridge, it will open and close with every stage we complete, or every time we die. So dying there would have been absolutely horrible. So that's the problems with doing that stage, is sometimes you'll just go right through it, sometimes you'll actually just smash through like, well, we didn't do it then. So, alright, this stage might be a little bit scary, but we'll still go for P-speed here. Oh. Alright, that's fine. I don't mind losing P-speed. Just not dying is the most important thing, and well, we're small Mario, and there's not really many opportunities for us to get power-ups. There was in that stage, but we would have lost a lot of time, so...
That is a certified Mario Bros. Hitbox moment.
Yeah, we call that absolute jank. Alright, this is really bad. We got a water pattern here. And as you can tell, Hammer Brothers are absolute RNG. I've not dealt with this ever at all. Thank God. Alright, this World 3 is not going to plan at all, but we somehow haven't died. Somehow. Alright, and that Hammer Brother is where he started, so... Alright, we just got to get through this stage, and then we can finally get some power-ups and relieve a little bit. Alright, so we really want the Hammer Brother to go anywhere but up. If he goes up, there's a chance for him to run away to the other side of the screen, which we don't want to see. Alright, that's... I don't know if that's good or not. I'm actually going to use a star here for safety. Normally I don't, but I obviously do not want to die here. I probably should have done this with the other one, but... I'm going to do it now. Alright, his Hammer Brothers, and even though it didn't run away, it's been giving me water patterns, and water patterns, unfortunately, are really dangerous small. So, we got through that fine. Alright, now we can actually try and collect our fire back up, so... We're going to mushroom here. Slide on a hill, because it's slightly faster just to go there, and we'll get our P-speed back. Get this fire flower here, and then we'll move on. Alright. Alright, so this is the part where I was talking about we're going to be up to the bridge. So So that bridge is going to close because we've completed a like equal amount of stages. And we're going to cloud over 3-6. So the risky part is if we die in 3-8, we got to do 3-6. So let's make sure we don't get eaten here. That's fine. We're just going to shoot him down. Don't trust it. We're not going to be fish food. Alright, that's probably the most dangerous part of this run, because effectively we die in 3-8, we got to do 3-6, and then do 3-8. So... Alright, this world's been a bit patchy, but the best thing is we haven't had a runaway bro, we haven't died, so I think I'll take it. Alright, come up here is a really nice, cool trick that we're going to try and clear this giant H in here. We got to call this H jump, and I'm just not going to go for it because I just lost my fire flower, and I think I would prefer to have fire for the next world. And telling her we got Wendy coming up. Wendy's probably the most annoying Koopaling at a lot. I think I'd rather make sure that I can fire kill her rather than worry about jumping on her 3 times. So, no H jump, unfortunately.
Correct me if I'm wrong. There is a little H jump later in the run, isn't there?
Yes, there is. We'll be doing a little H jump in World 6, which isn't as difficult as that one, but it's still pretty tough.
Something for chat to look forward to.
Well, hopefully we can get it, because I've obviously missed the big one. So, but I think it's a smarter decision to get the fire flower, because World 4 can be really, really rough without it. So, and most importantly, Wendy's going to be very sketchy if we don't have fire. Because unfortunately, this is like one of the very few airships that doesn't have a fire flower power up. So we effectively need to have fire flower before we come in here. Like a leaf would be alright just to take a hit, but then we got to deal with the rest of World 4 without it. So. Because normally we don't pick up fire flower. Like if we lose fire flower from here on out, we won't be picking it up until the end of World 4. So, and there are a couple of nice tricks that do require fire flower that hopefully we can actually hold this fire flower for a while, because I don't think I've held it for like longer than a couple of stages. So,
time for a quick plug?
Absolutely.
We have a couple donation incentives coming up. Reminder once again that we have the Blinks 2 Masters of Time and Space named the Time Sweeper. The top donation right now is Timey McSweepy at $47. After that, we have Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time Crash Skin Collection. That is a bid war, so you can donate to decide which of the 4 choices you'd like to pick. Warped Biker, Mother Clucker, Cat's Meow, and General Rule. As well as the Silent Hill Choice of Ending, which currently the top 2 are UFO Ending at $202 and Good Ending at $200. Remember to donate at donate.ausspeedruns.com.
Alright, that was a little scary because one of those fireballs unfortunately can go through it, because just the way how the fireballs bounce on the ground, but it's fine. It's fine. Firefly is going to be very useful, not so much in 4-1, but definitely a lot in 4-2. But we'll see how we go. Again, we're going to have to deal again with another one of Runaway Bros. Hopefully this Cloud Bro is going to move to the right after this, so... Oh, nah. I think I was just frames off getting that P-speed there. Can happen, but it's fine. We can just traverse normally, as long as we don't fall into the pit. Alright, so hopefully this bro will go to the right. Alright, beautiful. Alright. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to try and get a despawn here. So we're going to fire flower this Koopa Trooper. Alright, we didn't pick that up. That's... Yeah, I didn't think so. I knew that didn't work. That was weird. Alright, we did get P-speed back. So... But unfortunately, because that took us forever, that pattern now just placed that pipe even higher, so... It's a little weird why that didn't work, but... It's fine, we managed to get out of it. Alright, coming up to... If anyone's watched the speedrun of this, probably knows how like iconic this stage can be, so... See if we can get this. Alright, just slightly too early. That's alright. Like, I normally don't do this, but... Alright, we didn't die. That's probably the most important thing, because there's just a lot of jumps to deal with. Normally I don't do this, but we're actually going to pick up this, and we're just going to hope for a 5 flower, or 1 in 3 chance of a 5 flower here, just because it will actually save us a little bit of time. Okay, I only got a mushroom. That's just sad, but it's fine. I think the safety here is not an issue. Alright, so we're going to use one of our hammers to skip the first fortress. Yeah, and that's the cloud we need to get. So the next two Hammer Brothers actually have a star and a P-Wing. So we got a choice to actually either play... We want the P-Wing. We obviously don't want the star, but we only need one P-Wing, so... Whether or not they're going to give us a good pattern is another thing. Ooh, got the Wacky Lackey. That's good. So he's going to hopefully leave us alone. He might spawn back and just snipe us and we can't do anything about it. Nah. Alright, all good. Like, there's a way to get P-Speed here. So see how I'm on those coin counters or whatnot? We don't have to worry about this because in World 4 they don't change. So we don't have to worry about coin ships in this world. Alright, I'm actually going to use my music box now and we'll go and deal with Hammer Brother luck in World 5. We've got P-Speed. Alright, I'm going to try and do this without the star. It's going to be silly. That's alright. That's fine. Double back. Alright, all good. Alright, turn back to make sure I don't get a second fanfare. Yeah, normally you have a 5 flower, you can just fire those piranha plants and just continue on your way. So there's a nice P-Speed trick here with this one, but unfortunately we need to get the 5 flower back in here because I think as much as trying to show that off, I think it's just so important to have 5 flower in World 5, even more so in World 4. So I'm going to take this a little slow, unfortunately, but we will save time here with a boom boom kill. So alright, coming up is the longest auto scroller in the game. So this auto scroller is effectively 2 minutes long, 2+ minutes long. It moves incredibly slow. It moves at 50% slower than normal airship speed. So there's a lot of downtime here. So if you've got any more donations, this is the best time to do it.
Just for anyone tuning in, right now we are Australian Speedruns, AusSpeedruns, a group doing speedrun events to raise money for charity. This event we are raising money for Game On Cancer, a charity of which funds early career cancer researchers who are working across all areas of cancer research. If you'd like to donate, you can go to donate.ausspeedruns.com. Any amount helps, and if you'd like to, you can also donate towards certain incentives that we have, which you can see at incentives.ausspeedruns.com.
Alright, so let's talk about World 5. So, as you saw, I skipped 2 of the Hammer Brothers. We put them to sleep, but we're still going to have to collect the P-Wing in World 5. So, effectively, you can collect either the World 4 or World 5 P-Wing based on, well, depending on how they go. It's better just to skip the ones in World 4, just because, well, they can go anywhere. At least the World 5 is a little bit easier to manage and keep track of. So, we're going to need at least a P-Wing so we can pretty much use the P-Wings to make levels a lot faster later on. So, like, there's different strats to go with, but we're just going to take the more moderate approach and try and just fly over certain levels later on in the run. So, we need to pick up the P-Wing. We don't want the star, but if it happens, it happens, because the Hammer Brothers unfortunately can run away. There's also a music box in the sky part of the world that we actually have to pick up because we need to use that to skip the piranha plant that's going to be blocking our way later on in World 7. So, right. Again, we're hopefully not going to get janked hitbox here, because if you've ever played this game, Iggy's hitbox is just more jank than the others. So, alright, we at least got one jankless part of the run, so I'm happy about that.
Hey runner, why aren't you jumping to get the wands?
So effectively, if you actually jump up to get the wands, it actually loses you time as you traverse down there. But there is actually a way you can actually save time. If you actually have the leaf and you can fly up to the top of the screen, you can actually screen wrap. And effectively, you just save the animation of Mario falling down, and it actually will save you a couple of seconds. So it's really, really neat. But we don't use that because we're obviously doing the Fireflower route here. So, but it is super interesting. Ooh. These snippets can be a bit annoying, but it's fine. Fall down here. Shoot a couple of nippers. Alright, coin count's on double figures, but it's alright. Our point count is away from the 7, so. But we do have to be really careful. This is probably the most dangerous world when it comes to coin levels. So the one down the bottom is the one with the P-wing, so that's the one we want to face. So that's actually really good. That's a really good start for bro movement. Right, obviously do not want to fall down there because effectively we fall all the way down there and effectively we have to play a more harder part of this level. Instead, we'll just slide down some hills. Because sliding down hills is a lot faster than running down before you get P-speed, so very simple, very easy. Alright, so I know the Starbro is going to go back to where it is because it can't progress for any more to the left. Alright, so we really want him to stay there. So the P-Wing Bro's in a really nice spot. So we'll get that pretty comfortably. Alright, a couple of turnbacks just to keep our P-speed. Ooh, that was close, almost hit that waffle. So when you actually run down, you actually can run down one tile steps without losing your P-speed at all. So we can effectively just do that and make it an easier jump. Alright, we've got a couple of chances to avoid this Starbro. If he goes to the left, we automatically avoid it. Beautiful. That is absolutely perfect movement. Now, it does mean I'm actually going to have one less star to deal with because I did use a star to bail myself out in World 3. So, we're going to have to play slightly different. So, alright, coming up is Twisted Castle, which is very incredible to keep... Very hard to keep P-speed because we're going up a lot of up pipes. Which we got that first one, and we're going to try duck underneath this one, and the second one, and get in there. Alright. Quick little jump. Kept P-speed, up in the pipe. Alright, that's fine. I'm honestly happy with that, because if you don't get P-speed immediately out of that first pipe, you effectively just have to wait for those thwomps, or you risk losing fire, and it's not worth it. Alright, coin count's at 84, and we're at 40, so we're fine. Alright, coin count's okay for the moment. Alright, coming up is, this is probably one of the most dangerous levels to belly flop, so we're gonna take a, alright, we're not even gonna do P-speed, because I back turned too quick, so that's fine. Because there is a little bit of lag here. That was too close, but that was probably even more dangerous than going for P-speed, but we really want to hold this Fireflower for this stage and the next stage, and also for the fortress coming up. So we need that Hammer Bro because he's got a music box that we need. So, didn't get fast P-speed, but that's fine. There's a backup here. Got a pipe right here. Launch in the hole, and we're good. Alright. So you can start to the left and get early P-speed just by like quick stutter jumping there, but it's fine. It's not too much of an issue. This is probably the more important one to have Fireflower for. Let's see if we can get this. So we need Fireflower to kill this Koopa Trooper. Cross there. One jump. Over jump there, but we backstepped and immediately just instantly just clear all those obstacles. Alright, ooh. Alright, 95 on 90. I've got to be really careful. Don't think we collect any more coins this one. And the Hammer Brother goes exactly where I want him to go. Alright, we're going to change our point counter a bit more, because we do not want a coin ship in the next world. Because there is effectively a cloud there we need to pick up, and that'll probably be one of the most important Hammer Brothers to get, so we don't want that to turn into a coin ship. Duck underneath here. Launch perfectly there. We'll have to backstep here so we don't run into that Perturbo. And up pipes have been pretty good today. They've been really good. Normally I have a lot of trouble getting to up pipes, but alright, I think we should be fine for coin shits for the rest of this run, but we'll keep an eye on it. Alright, got it. So we're going to do some quick little jumps here just to traverse here. 1 Koopa, 2 Trooper, and then we'll duck underneath so we don't get hit. Though it's not too much of an issue because there is a fire flower in the airship we're about to face. So we're going to be skipping 5-9 because we obviously do not want to play that auto-scroller. It's not one of the longest ones, but it's one of the hardest ones because you actually traverse upwards. So, and as always, there is a warp whistle there, so we definitely do not want to use it. Alright, not so bad. Alright, we're going to try keep Fire Flare here because there's a really nice trick to try and damage boost in the next fortress that we'll be doing immediately. So hopefully we hold here. So there's also a little thing in this game. So that's going to change the sprite color of this power-up that we're going to hit. So if we hit this early enough, it's going to turn brown. And we call that the poop block. So effectively just didn't register in time because we hit it before it actually like fully popped up on screen. So the game just didn't know what to do. So that's a nice little niche trick. So we've still got about a minute of auto scroll. So if you for any donations,
We have a $10 donation from Wobbly Wobbegong. Love what you're all doing. Let's beat cancer.
That jump could be a little bit scary, but coming up here rather than going in through there is definitely not what we want to see. So if we do lose Fire Flare, it's not a huge issue. It just means it's going to be a lot harder to do the damage boost in the next fortress. So hopefully Roy is nice here. We can fire kill him, but I think it's just a lot safer here just to jump around him, because obviously Roy's a heavy boy, and obviously heavy boys are going to stun us if we're not up in the air. So it can be really dangerous if we're not careful. So alright, so this is the last world we've got to deal with coin ships, so I think everything is okay. So again, the Cloud Bro is going to be the one facing the left. That's the one we want. We don't want the one with the star. But if we get the star, that's not a big deal, because it means we'll be back to our normal quota of stars. So we can use it later on. But Hammer Bro RNG's actually been pretty good, apart from earlier on when they were just giving me water fights as Small Mario. But here we'll use the hammer to pretty much just skip this. That's why it's so important to get the hammers, because we effectively just skip 2 stages. And this one also has a hammer, which is going to let us skip 6, 7, which is also an auto-scroller. So we're around 40s. Let's get out of those, please. Alright, back to 7s and 2s, so we're all good. Alright, so they swap spots. It's a little annoying, but we'll keep a track at it. So here, we're going to stay on this platform and launch into that hole. So we want to be Small Mario here, because what we're going to do is, you already know, you can kill Boom Boom actually with a star, and this is the only time we're going to be showing that off. And to do it best, we're going to be Small Mario. So we're going to grab it, get P-Speed, we can go over these spikes, and we get there in time. Boom, like that. One and only time you can kill Boom Boom with a star. Alright. Which is going to make the next stage a little bit dangerous, but hopefully we can get through fine. So we're in Ice World, so obviously we've got to be careful with ice movement. Alright. Alright, turn back. Beautiful. Alright, I was nervous about that stage, because I've just belly flopped into that last hole so many times in practice, so happy to get that. Alright, where are these Hammer Brothers going? Alright, so the Cloud one's at the top. So we use a P-Wing for this stage because effectively this is one of those few stages that's a puzzle stage. So really neat trick, see if I can get this. Oh, I don't think that's going to work. I'm going to check. I don't think it worked. Nah. So I just was short on that despawn. So there's a way you can actually despawn that right nipper and effectively not have to grab the shell here. But unfortunately, I hit that that top ice block. We needed to clear that, but we just didn't despawn it in time. But it's fine. The number one thing we did not want to do was lose our P-Wing, because if we lost our P-Wing, we would have had to go back. There's a certain area that reloads pipes. Alright, that's beautiful, because I believe that is the cloud. And I forgot to go and get the backup hammer suit, which I probably should go back and get. Alright, Hammer Bro RNGs was being really, really nice, so... we're going to go back. So that blue mushroom house actually has a free hammer suit to use. So normally I don't grab this, but because it's a marathon, and if things go wrong, this is going to save us a lot of time at the very end of the run. So, and we're going to avoid that. Use our last hammer, and we'll head straight to the fortress. So this is where that P-wing comes up really well, because we can just go underneath, skip all that. Right, take the intentional hit here, because obviously we want to move faster, and obviously this is a speedrun. We obviously want to go faster here, so unfortunately only a stomp boom boom kill here, but it's fine. It's not too dangerous. It's in that close spot, but as long as you can stay on it, it's all good. Because effectively we want to be Big Murray for this stage, because we're going to try and clear this little mini H dump that we talked about earlier. So let's see if we can get this. Just going to launch this earlier. Alright, we got it. Just short. Yeah, that's fine. Alright. Just kill him for safety, so he's not going to throw it our way. Taking a hit's not the end of the world, because next stage we're actually going to be using one of our P-Wings to just completely skip the level, so one of the few times we'll be doing that. P-Wings there. So instead of going down the pipe here, we can do this. There is a nice little wall clip you can do with Small Mario, but to do that you need to be on a certain subpixel, which I'll talk about very, very shortly, with pretty much the most important component of this run. Alright. Same thing here, we obviously want to take damage so we can move faster. Clear that. Alright, that's fine. We can get P-speed back. No. Alright, that's fine. Alright, there's a nice little clip we could have done there, but since I lost P-speed, I was going to try and go for it, but unfortunately not, so. Alright, we'll get P-speed out of here. And again, another stomp boom boom kill, unfortunately, but fortunately the only fire flower really that we'd pick up is if we were going to go do a different route, but it's a marathon, it's a lot more safer just to get that second P-wing and just be fine with it. Alright. So as for subpixel manipulations, we're going to be coming up to a clip that we're going to call 7-1 clip that effectively is going to skip the entirety of the level by literally squeezing Mario's tight bod into a seemingly gap that's not there. So what we're going to try and do that is we're going to try and manipulate subpixels by when we defeat Lemmy, we're going to try and squinch our way up to the left just so we can get a certain subpixel so we actually have the best chance of getting through first try. So it's not guaranteed because we still have to execute it correctly, but it's going to give us the best chance of getting it first time. But hopefully that's not going to take us too long because, well, it's still going to be faster nonetheless, but it's really, really tight. It's really, really tight and it just has to be like super perfect. So if you've got any quick donations?
No donations, but I also wanted to mention I'll be donating for each hand in this game that we don't get. I recommend chat does the same because I think that would be very funny and very cool.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna do. Except I'm donating for every hand I get. And if I somehow actually get good RNG and get none, I'll make it 100. So, all right. All right, really don't want to take damage here. Alright, we're going to squinch our way up to the left a little bit, ever so tightly. I think that's it. I think that's going to get us on the subpixels that we need to get through, because there's two ways to do it. We could do it the normal way that you just squeeze in, or you can actually duck clip it. Surprisingly, duck clipping actually gives you the best chance. That will give you more subpixels to actually get in, but once you stuff up the first time, it makes it more extremely difficult to get in the second time. So I do it this way just so I can get the practice on the backups and whatnot. So I'll be really surprised if I get it first try. It's been a while, but We'll see how we go. If we can get anywhere between like 5 to 7, I'll be fine with that. Oh, too early. Alright. Come on. Alright, there we go. Yep. Somehow you can clip through that. I don't know how, but you somehow can just clip through that. There is another one in this world in 7.6, but we pick up the P-Wing to make sure we don't have to do that. That's a lot tougher one because there's a lot less movement to work with, so. Alright, Comeback's probably one of the most nervous parts for me, just in executing this strat. We'll see if we can get it. Alright, good launch. Beautiful. I don't know if I got the despawn. Nah, I didn't. It's fine, but we cleared that gap. You cannot clear that gap at all unless you somehow can get P-speed out of there. So what we do is we literally use the star to pretty much try and go back, kill that muncher, and go and get P-speed just to immediately clear that jump. Because effectively, you can only clear that jump with a tail, which we unfortunately do not have. Well, we do, but we don't want to use it there. So sometimes you can get that piranha plant to despawn. We didn't. That's fine. We can do this small. It's gonna make it a bit more dangerous, but I relish it. Alright, we should be home. Alright, beautiful. Yeah, because we're going to be using a P-Wing in the next stage, so we'll actually be using 2 P-Wings in the next 2 stages, so. Fortunately, we know everyone's favourite level 7.4. We unfortunately are skipping it because it is an underwater auto-scroller, so effectively you just mix in probably the most 2 annoying things in this game, so. Alright, so this is another puzzle level. We call this Fort Knox, which is pretty much effectively you can turn all those blocks into money and whatnot, and effectively you'd have to get a power-up that effectively will allow you to use the P-switch that's actually hidden in one of those to go get the Tanuki suit to enable to actually fly up to that pipe. But we got P-Wing, so we don't need to worry about that. And funnily enough, in the next stage, 7.6, they didn't put a they didn't completely put all the tiles lining up. So we can effectively just use the P-Wing here. There is nothing that's going to stop us getting through here. So we could have clipped that, but it's just a hell of a lot safer to actually just fly over there. No stress. I don't have a backup. I don't have a backup star. Well, I don't have my normal quota of stars, so we might actually do 7.7 here. Yeah, we'll do 7.7 here. It's slightly slower. There is a nice little insane clip that we could do through there, but I think we'll be here all night and all throughout the marathon if I try and attempt that. So we're just going to play this out. As you do, every one of these has a star, so effectively we obviously just want to collect these and just not get hit. Main thing is I just don't want to lose my tail for the next stage, so it's just a lot safer doing this than doing 7.8. As I said, it's about a few seconds slower than 7.8. And there are 2 different routes that we do in this run. There's the Fireflower route or the Hammer Suit route. If we were doing the Hammer Suit route, we'd pick up the Hammer Suit that's in 7.8. But that requires a lot of things as well, so a lot of things to do that. It includes probably doing one of the hardest stages in this game. So again, we'll lose the tail. We don't need it. We obviously want to go faster. It's a nice little clip. You can clip through these pipes. I'm going to try and just do this MIDI clip once. No. Very, very tough to do. But you can effectively clip. There's like 4 pipes you can clip down the bottom. And that effectively would save you a lot of time if you manage to get that. But as you can tell, it's really hard to get Mario's bod through like anything solid. But it is possible. Alright, so we have one more cloud here, so we're going to use that to skip this fortress, because this fortress is definitely the hardest in the game, so we don't want to deal with that. The music box that we picked up in World 5, we're going to use to not play that Piranha level, and we'll just head straight to the castle, into the airship. So, again, another long auto-scroller. This one's long just because it's long, not because it's slow, so. And we're on our way to the final world. So if we've got any more donations while things are going.
Just a reminder that we are currently being sponsored by HyperX for this event. We are thrilled to have them on board to support this year. Cure Cancer and the Game on Cancer initiative are doing amazing work, and it's great to have that work supported by HyperX. They believe that everyone can achieve their best with the gaming spirit, and they are proud to put theirs to the work in supporting such a great cause as Game on Cancer.
Alright, so we picked up the backup hammer suit mainly for the Bowser fight. So if something does go wrong and we do lose our fire flower before we hit Bowser's castle, we got that nice backup because it's obviously a lot faster to kill Bowser. So effectively you can kill Bowser in obviously one of 3 ways. You can do it the normal way and just him crashing down. That takes a lot of time. You can kill him with fireballs, which effectively is 35 or 36 fireballs from what I remember. I'm probably wrong about this and I'm going to get absolutely roasted by the community for not knowing this, but or we can use the hammer suit, which effectively is just gonna pretty much almost insta kill him. So hopefully we'll hold the fire flower here because it's a lot more tricky and whatnot, and I'll explain that in a little bit more detail. But effectively, we got a nice backup. World 8's still got more order scrolls that we got to deal with, but effectively we just want to hold our fire flower all the way through. So
you don't happen to have a backup star, do you, right?
we do pick up a star at the end of the first tank. So the end of the first tank is actually not like a lock stage, like a stage. It's just treated as a normal stage, but we get a star from that, and we'll be using that in 8-1 for safety.
That's very fair. I was just curious whether you were going to do something special in the final level with the star. You know, the kill the thwomp wall jump.
Yeah, we're not gonna. We're gonna try, but I don't think it's gonna work out. I think we're just gonna try and keep it simple. We'll try and get P speed and 8-1 with it, but I might. There's also some nice clips you can do in Bowser's Castle. But we'll see how we go. We'll see how we go. I haven't really executed it consistently. We might give it a few tries, but who knows? We can get lucky. Alright, so after these, neat thing about this stage is there's, as I said, there's a few auto scrolls in here, but they all represent like military. So we got we got army tanks here, got the navy coming up, and then there's a air force coming up later on, and we're going to be approaching probably the most RNG in this run, which effectively can tell the difference between a minute. We can easily lose a minute just to pure RNG, because we got hand levels coming up, which effectively are going to give us a 50% chance of the hand actually pulling us in. And effectively, if they pull us in, we got to play the stage out, and we don't want to be playing any stages that aren't mandatory. So effectively, we don't want those, and each of those roughly take about 20 seconds. So hopefully we won't get pulled in, but effectively it's a 50-50 chance. So about a 1 in 8 chance to just either get all of them or just not get any at all. But we'll see. Go at Renly's? Nah. All right. Didn't fire that fireball fast enough. You can kill that boomerang bro before he fires that boomerang, but we weren't fast enough on that fireball. But it's okay. So we picked up that star. We're going to use that in 8-1 for safety. We could fireball strat it, but I think it's a lot safer to get the P speed in 8-1 with the star. And there's a couple of nice spots we could use it, but nothing necessity or whatnot, but we'll see. The one positive thing about doing hand levels, even though it's not what we want to see, is we are going to get a leaf at the end of it, and those leaves are going to be super safe strats if things go wrong, because effectively 8-1 and 8-2 are like really, really huge levels in terms of belly flopping to your death. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but fingers crossed it goes alright. So this might be our last like slower auto scroll level for a while, so if we've got any quick donations before we hit those hand levels.
No donations at the moment, but reminder that in 2 runs from now, the incentive for Name the Time Sweeper for Blinks 2 Masters of Time and Space will close. So remember to get your donations in at donation.ausspeedruns.com if you'd like to change the name or keep the name. Also, Chalky Milk level hype.
Alright. Moment of truth time. Let's see how many hands we get. I'm thinking we'll get 2. I'm thinking 2.
Praying for a 0.
Alright. We skipped the first hand level, which we call the 99% hand, so I guess that's something, so at least we're not going to get all 3, so that's at least a positive. Alright, there's 2. Alright, this one's probably the more stressful one just because our good old friends Cheat Sheeps want to try to make our lives as hard as possible. Again. But they're nowhere near as dangerous as they are in 3-2, so. So if we had somehow lost Fire Flower, we actually could have picked one up back then, but somehow we actually are holding a Fire Flower for once, so I will take that, so. Coming up is the Air Force, which is effectively an auto-scroll level that moves 50% faster. This is the one that's really, really dangerous because obviously traversing all these really quickly, come up to you really quick. Plus the Wrench Bros are obviously going to give us a bit of troubles, but as long as we stay aggressive and stay nearby, they're not going to give us any trouble. So, but it's still dangerous. It's still very scary when you're making all these traverses going up and down. See, just like that, this could easily just slip off.
I P-winged over this level in my casual playthrough.
Yeah, I think most people that played this had a P-wing and just absolutely just skipped everything. No, I didn't, all just like that. That's fine. There is a backup Fire Flower that we'll pick up in the fortress. So having Fire Flowers at the end of the world. It means now that 100% I'm going to use my star at 8-1. It's a sneaky chance to hold it, but... Alright, let's see if we can get this. No warp whistles. Alright, nice. Really tricky to keep P-speed there while doing that little duck there, because we need to be leaning on that Cooper, and sometimes that Koopa Trooper can despawn, and if he despawns, well, we gotta improvise really quickly. Alright. Let's see if we're gonna avoid belly flop here. Alright, take the safety. Right, Fire Flare here would have been nice because we just could have just zapped these. This Angry Sun is going to be a little annoying, but shouldn't really give us too much problems. Ooh, okay, that's... Alright, hopefully this Angry Sun doesn't come. Oh my god. If I was like literally half a second early, I was gone there. So... Alright, and this is a nice thing about having the leads, because we're actually going to use one of these to immediately just power us up to the max. That's fine. That's also fine. We needed a damage boost anyway, because here's our Fire Flower. So there's a nice little P-speed trick here. Oh, alright. I'm not going to show it off, because effectively I just lost that Fire Flower, and I need to go and pick up the one beforehand. So we're not going to, unfortunately, try and get through this door in time, so... We'll just have to do it the slow way, because obviously I want to show off the fire kill. It's a route I'm taking, so I obviously want to show it off. So effectively, you could have just made that. There's a door further out to the right, which you can make in one cycle, but we need to get this Fire Flower and we'll just have to wait for the timer, unfortunately, because it's a little annoying thing with that, but more important to get this Fireflower, even though we have the backup. Even though we have the backup in hand. I'm like, the fire kill is really, really interesting. Plus, looks a lot better when we actually get to Bowser at the end. Make him some form of a fight. Alright, we just have to get through one more auto-scroll level. We call this the Super Tank, so if we got any last chances for donations, now's the time.
Just a reminder that you can donate at any time at donations.ausspeedruns.com. You're killing this run, and yeah, good luck for the final level.
And just like that, I just jumped a bit too early there. So, alright, I'm not going to be showing off the fire kill, unfortunately. So, that's why we got the backup. If things go wrong, we can always improvise and go back. So, it's going to make the fight a lot easier, but I think this is probably what this run's been. It's just losing fire too many times. But that's what happens when you lose it. You just have to think on our feet, which we've actually done all right. So we haven't died, which is actually strange because I think even before, like, I think honestly it was only a couple days, like probably like on the last weekend, is I actually had my very first deathless run. So even the run I submitted had a death in it. So we're still on pace for a deathless run, which I think is always good. Alright, let's hope I haven't jinxed myself here though, so, because we're still got to be very, very wary. Alright, clear those. Alright, we got... Alright, I was thinking of going for it, but I'm like, nah. Alright, that's a little annoying, so we'll just play this safe. I like really don't want to be losing this at all. One last clip though. Alright, we can get in. Alright, that's the everyman clip. Which unfortunately we didn't get first try, so that's a little sad, but... Alright, there's a way to keep P-speed here with throwing room jump. We didn't get it, but that's fine. I think I'd rather just play this part safe. This fireball's always going to shoot like that, so we know what's going on. Alright, what we're going to do here is we're just going to stay short, and down goes Bowser. Alright. Time is going to come as soon as I enter the door. And time. And that was Super Mario Bros. 3 Warpless. So, massive shout outs to the to AusSpeedruns crew for running this. Shout outs to the SMB3 community. If you want to join the Discord. There's a lot of nice people there, and they've got amazing guides to help you out, just as much as they've helped me out. So, thanks a lot, and have a very good day, everyone.